Sometimes you look at a scene and just know it needs to be black and white. This one was one of those moments. Let me show you how I transformed it from color into fine art monochrome. Let's start in Camera Raw and prepare the image for our black and white conversion. The first thing I do is to change the profile from Adobe Color to my camera's linear profile. If you haven't used a linear profile before, it's basically a flat version of your camera's color profile. No contrast, no saturation. And it gives you full control over tones from the very start. You can actually download free linear profiles for most cameras from Tony Kuiper's website. They are available for many camera brands and models, and they install easily into Lightroom and Camera Raw. I'll leave a direct link in the description. Once I apply the linear profile, the image becomes darker, flatter, and less colorful. But that's exactly what I want for the conversion. It let me build the contrast myself instead of starting with Adobe's baked-in curve. Then I raise the exposure to 0.5 point, lower the highlights to around -40 to protect the brightest areas. We come down to detail and raise the masking to around 80. Raise the details, lower the radius, and sharpening set to around 70. And don't forget to remove chromatic aberration. If you're enjoying this edit so far and learning something new, please consider liking the video. It really helps the channel growth. And if you'd like to see more black and white edits like this, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And that's it for Camera Raw. Let's move into Photoshop. This photo was open as a smart object, so I can always go back to Camera Raw if I need to adjust something. And as I say that, I just remembered there's something I forgot to do, which is bring a bit more texture to these clouds here. So we double click on the symbol here and we'll open Camera Raw. So first thing is to create a mask, and let's create a sky mask. So we have our sky mask here. Then let's scroll down, dehaze. Let's raise the dehaze to around 15. Now let's bring also the clarity to around 15 also. So before, after. So you can see that we have a little bit more texture now in the photo. So we can click OK. So back into Photoshop, we can see that extra texture that we add to the clouds. And the first thing we'll do now is go to the TK Grayscale plugin and convert our image into black and white. So we'll start with the red channel. We have the green, the blue, the cyan, magenta, yellow. Let's go with the red channel. So we can close this. And here on the reds, we'll lower to a -100. Next, I open the TK Multi-Mask and create a curves layer. We select the end picker, and on a brighter tone here, we raise a little bit, and on a darker tone, maybe here, we lower, giving an extra contrast in our photo. So you have before, after, so we gave a little bit of contrast. And now I want to create a vignette. So we select the lasso tool. Let's create a vignette around the boat, more or less like this, and go to TK panel and select freehand vignette. We accept the default value, click OK. So we have our vignette, so you can see before, after, before, after. So you can see that the center is more illuminated than the outside, but it's still very dark, the image. And let's do let's create another curves layer. Let's select the lasso again. And now let's just do this section here. Actually, let me do this again. I want to include also the reflection of the boat. And now let's create a mask with that. And let's select the end picker. Let's raise this a little bit more. Let's lower the darkers. So an extra contrast there. And you can see that our mask is very pronounced because we are not fading it yet. So let's select our mask, and on the feather, let's select 260 pixels. Now you can see before, after. So now we are eliminating just the center, the boat, and that center part. So I feel the boat is still a little bit of flat, so I want to give a little bit more depth, an extra punch to the boat. So let's create a dodge and burn layers. So let's start with the burn first. And let's set our opacity to 20 and flow 50. Okay, it's okay. Let's do zoom 100%, center our image. And let's burn this section here of our boat. Our goal here is to give a little bit more depth to it. So let's see, let's do before, after. So we brought a little bit of that extra. I think the dodge is a little bit too much. So let's lower to 70% before, after, maybe a little bit. Let's do only 50%. Yes, much better. With a little bit too much on the brighter side. Okay, that's cool. Next, I want to crop this image, and I'd like to crop in a 16:9. So we have the horizon right in the middle of there. So let's do this crop 16:9. There we go. So this gives us a panoramic feel of this image, but this image is still too dark. So let's go to the multi-mask, create a new curves layer, and picker. Let's see if we can bring some more light to the image. Let's try this, and let's maybe lower here. See what we can do. Something like this. Let's see, before, after. Before, after is much better now. Let's adjust the curve here just a little bit, just to see. Because I don't want to make those darks too darks. I don't want to clip. So let's see, before, after, much better now. And finally, we need to do some cleanup of the image because we have some debris here on the water, which, you know, complicating my OCD. So let's create a blank layer. Let's move it to the top. And the curves also to the top. So our blank layer, let's select remove tool. Let's 100% zoom. Let's remove this dark area in the background. Let me raise the size of our brush. Let's just paint over it. Remove this little thing here also. So let's So you can see before, after, before, after. So we started here and we are now here. A clean, quiet image of a lone boat on still water. I love it. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. It helps more people discover the channel. And if you'd like to follow along as I continue to edit my photos, subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay inspired and keep finding beauty in still moments.